Welcome to this week's episode of Cooking with Bobby. Today my special guest is Sarah. What are we going to be cooking today?
Today we're cooking chili con carne.
Oh, fantastic. What am I going to need to cook chili con carne?
Well, you've got plenty of ingredients here. You've got an onion, pepper, you've got a couple of tins as well. You've got chopped tomatoes and kidney beans in chili sauce. Obviously you've got your standard mince, various varieties in Tesco or other supermarkets as you may choose. And of course, rice. We
should probably get started cooking. What do we need to do first?
First of all, we're going to do some chopping.
Okay.
We top and tail the onion. Try not to make a mess everywhere, of course. Then, of course, you've got to pull a couple of layers off.
Okay, that's just so you get down to the white layer, isn't it?
Yeah. Then you half the onion. Put one half to one side for the moment. And then we just
cut down it.
Oh. But don't cut all the way to the end. You just cut most of the way, but not all of the way.
Oh, okay.
You can see it's all still holding together at one end. And watch your fingers on this bit. If not trusting with sharp knives, get a friend to do it for you. Then you just start chopping through the bits you've sliced in the opposite direction. And it starts to break up, as you see.
Oh, okay, so you're getting it into small, tiny chunks is sort of the desired aim.
It's dicing the onion.
Okay, well, do you want me to try chopping up this half?
Yeah, if you try that half.
Yeah? Okay, so I don't want to cut straight to the end.
Yeah.
I want to go about that far, sort of?
Yeah, just leave like a few millimetres.
A few millimetres left. Okay, thank you. I'm guessing you want to sort of keep them all about the same size?
That's the aim. And also, when you get to chopping, if you notice these middle bits, you want to try and take those out because that's the core of the onion and it's not so nice to have in your meal.
So when I start cutting across, do I want to cut across from the end I cut all the way through to? All the way through?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way through, okay.
How are you doing? Yeah, those are looking nice.
Okay, so you said to remove the core of the onion as well. Just put that to one side, isn't it?
Yeah, just pop it to one side. We'll throw that away probably.
Okay, so my onion is sufficiently chopped. What are we going to do with it now?
Next we're going to chop up our pepper.
Oh, I see. How are you going to start cutting it? Just
by putting the knife in at the top and sort of going around the root. Really be careful with your fingers this time. You manage to, if I've done it right, take out all the seeds without leaving all the seeds inside.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Then I'm just going to cut through half of it. There we go.
So you're going to sort of cut it up into larger slices, or is it sort of same with the onion?
We're going to try and get the same sort of size as the onion. We've got to make sure we cut out the white bits. So again, that's not particularly tasty.
So basically you literally just want the red sort of skin of the pepper?
Yeah, you just want the flesh of the pepper. So if I give a couple to you, what you want to do is essentially chop the length of it and split it. Just start dicing up.
Just dice along, so cut them into strips and then dice along.
You want something along that size, around about the same size, like maybe slightly larger than the onion.
Okay. I've just about finished dicing my pepper.
Excellent.
Okay, do I want to separate that from the onions, or are they both going to go in together?
It's all right, they're pretty much going in together. And now we've got to put on the hot water for our rice. And we're also going to put a little bit of oil in the pan and start on our mince.
Okay.
The kettle is now on, okay? So we need a little bit of salt to go in the bottom of the pan so that the rice doesn't stick together. And we also need a bit of oil to put in the other pan for the mince.
I've got a salt and our vegetable oil. Which one do we want to put in the larger pan?
We want the vegetable oil in the large pan over here because obviously our sauce has got a lot more in it than the rice does. That's about much. Enough to coat the bottom of the pan. So we'll get this going. It's worth noting that you want your rice water be up and boiling about the same time you put your mince on, so that they cook at the same time.
Okay.
Or at least for the rice we're using, it takes about 20 minutes to cook. It's about the same as our mince. While we're waiting for the water to boil, let's just put a little bit of salt in the bottom of the pan for the rice. So you really don't want much.
You want just like light sprinkling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our water is boiled.
Okay, so are we putting water in both, or are we just putting water in with the mince for now? Or?
No, we're just putting water in the pan, which is going to be the rice. Because we've got our rice which needs to boil.
Okay.
So if we put this on the hob, and which hob is it? It's just an electric hob.
Yep.
Cool.
So what sort of heat temperature are you turning it to?
At the
Quite high or low? Or?
At the moment it's quite high, just to make sure we get the water boiling. And also the hobs take a little while to heat up. Okay, so we've got our water boiling nicely, which is great. Gonna pop a couple of our bags of rice. Now I'm using boil in the bag rice just because it's easier.
Okay, so is it sort of one bag per person when you're using boil in the bag rice? Or?
No, boil in the bag rice, it's a bag for two. We just need to make sure we put on the hob for the chilli. Pop this on here. Yep, that's all hot, that's good. So what I want you to do is just stir this round and try and break up all the mince for me. Okay. Just do a bit of that. Right. Actually, I'm just going to turn down the heat a bit. You want the heat somewhere between 2 or 3 on these.
2 and 3.
Yeah, you want a low heat.
A low heat.
So if you make sure you keep stirring that and make sure you stir the bottom up so it doesn't burn. Just got to brown off your mince to make sure it's all cooked before we start doing
vegetables.
Alright, I'm just going to give this
a
stir.
I'll let you finish that off.
If you'd like to actually separate the onion
and the peppers?
The pepper, yeah.
Okay.
You just pop the pepper on the other.
I'll just pop it onto this chopping board.
So this is the sort of colour we want for our mince.
Now we're going to add onions?
Yep. So
okay. Do I just scrape it in? All of it?
Gradually scrape it in, take it on close and just sort of feed it into the pan. And then we'll stir it up to get it warm. So we're going to leave that in the pan for a little bit to take the onions from white colour to kind of a clear colour.
Okay.
We're just going to season the mince now before we put in our sauces.
So what are we using for seasoning in this case?
In this case we're just putting a little bit of chilli powder in. Now I'm using hot chilli powder. You can use mild chilli powder or not use it at all. I've got a couple of pinches of chilli powder in. I'm just going to...
Just drizzle it in over the top. Okay.
Yeah, just chuck it in over the top. So we should have a nice spicy mince. We'll just make sure we stir that all through. The onions are starting to go a bit clear. They will actually cook when we put the sauces in, so this sort of colour is all right. So we're going to go and open our tins. First in, you're going to put in your tomatoes. Now I've got chopped tomatoes just because it's easier. Then we're going to add our
kidney beans. Okay.
And last but not least, we're going to pop in our peppers.
Pop in.
Do you want to grab that for me?
Yeah, I can just brush these in like the onions.
Yeah, and again, just stir it through.
Once you put all your various vegetables in, kidney beans, it's to look for the sort of simmering around the edge?
Yeah, you just want it to bubble lightly, not like boiling, just little bubbles. And heat it through for about about a quarter of an hour now, and just until the rice is ready. Okay, so we've got 4 bags of rice, so we're going to switch that off now. And our chilli is lovely and simmering. First of all, we've got to drain the rice. We've got a sieve somewhere.
We've got to drain the rice? Yes, we have a sieve here.
Awesome. So we'll just pop that in the sink. If we rinse some cold water through it, actually helps stop the rice sticking together.
When you leave your mince on, can you just leave it on the stove? You don't need to worry about it burning. All of a sudden, now it's all cooked through.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll just keep simmering. I've actually made quite a lot of rice here. This is enough for 4. But what I'll do is I'll
just split out one bag.
Yeah.
For us both. Okay.
And be careful when you're doing this, because obviously it's in boiling water. You don't want to burn your fingers. Good amount of rice on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just going to dish some chilli. And we've actually got a ladle, which is good. I'm going to pop that on there, it's actually quite hot. I don't want to damage the table.
Oh, that looks absolutely delicious. Well, that smells absolutely fantastic and I can't wait to tuck in. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I've been Bobby and this is Sarah and you've been watching StagTV.